Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast, but also movies, games, videos, comic books, and everything else in between, especially because we are hot off the heels of MCM Comic-Con, and I want to say a huge big thank you to everyone who said hello to me at Comic-Con, because honestly, that just made my day. It made all 3 days. And I'm also not wearing my Model Behavior t-shirt because I only have one, and that served 3 days in a row. So I apologize to anyone who met me on Sunday, but that shirt is now being washed. And as for the Decepticon hat, well, I don't know if that actually made it out of Comic-Con. It's either at my buddy's house or it's somewhere else. Maybe someone currently possesses a part of Model Behavior history. I don't know. But in the meantime, I'm wearing the old Nakamura Strong Style hat. Because if I wasn't, it would be like, state of your hair, mate. Plus, I think all this scraggliness plays wonders for the green screen. So the highlight of the weekend, just for those who have been asking about Piglet, I got to spend the day with Piglet on Sunday, and my little fat princess has never been better. She's blind as a bat, she's got one eye, but she is just the little ball of fluffy adorableness that she always has been. Still obsessed with playing fetch. I got a little ball with a bell in it. I throw that for her. Joe's been taking such good care of her. I was just so overjoyed to get my little princess back. So I'm going to be getting her back to Pusey soon. I'll have her for a week, and you better believe she's going to be in a whole bunch of videos. So before we start the news, I just want to say a big thank you to channel members Nathan, Joey B, Z Studios, and Toy Picks.
Thank you.
Thank you!
Thank you.
Thank you!
Guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel with your membership. All of you guys who are channel members, you help make this show possible. I couldn't do this kind of output without you guys helping me out. You're keeping Dave alive, and you're keeping the channel alive by doing it, so thank you so much for that. And with the thanks given, we got a whole bunch of news to talk about. So let's talk about it. Over in movie news, we are officially getting an Elden Ring movie. There was a lot of rumor and scuttlebutt, now Variety is reporting it. Alex Garland is confirmed to direct live-action Elden Ring movie from A24 and Bandai Namco. So the fact that it's A24 bodes real well. I love A24. They do a lot of indie-type movies, very horror-focused, kind of cerebral, kind of like your thinking man's horror movie. And I dig that. Elden Ring is an interesting one because the whole point of the game is exploration. And you're not going to explore anything. You're not going to have that sense of exploration in a movie. You just get the story told to you. But if it's a good story, that's good enough for me. Alex Garland has a good track record. He's done Ex Machina, which was a big favorite of mine. He did Civil War, which was a good film, but it's hard to watch, Civil War. But there's some good pedigree behind it. And of course, George R.R. Martin was the one who actually wrote the lore of Elden Ring. So having a movie from the creator of Game of Thrones on a movie poster, that's going to put butts in seats, most likely. So it's just kicking off. So they haven't even, clicked the first clackerboard. So it's a long way from actually hitting cinema screens if it doesn't randomly fall through. But I sincerely hope it doesn't fall through, because I'm a bit of an Elden Ring. I'm not an obsessive, but I did get a little obsessed with it. So I'd be very interested to see how they tell this story on the big screen. The Street Fighter 2 movie is taking shape. I assume they'll just call it Street Fighter. They released a full, official logo, which, surprise, surprise, it just looks like the Street Fighter logo. That wasn't really too exciting, but some casting news might be exciting. So, right now, rumored, we have Andrew Koji to be playing Ryu. I'm not too familiar with him, nor am I overly familiar with the actor who's playing Ken, who is Noah Centino. Noah Centino. We'll go with that. But then we got the big three. And these boys, these guys could be a whole lot of fun to watch. So, Alan Richardson, the giant mountain of a man himself, is going to be playing Colonel Guile. Perfect. Love it. Jack Reacher pretty much is Colonel Guile. So that's wonderful. And since we don't live in a universe where he plays Batman or Eddie Brock, I'll take Guile. Then what will be interesting is Jason Momoa has been cast as Blanca, which I don't know about that, because are they going to have Blanca talking? Because, I mean, if not, then why are you bothering with Jason Momoa? I would have just used CGI to make a Blanca creature. But if they're using Jason Momoa, he might be like quipping and stuff, and Blanca doesn't quip. So I don't know about that. He just goes, at least if you're playing it on the Mega Drive, he does. And then finally, we're getting the big dog, Roman Reigns. He's going to be playing Akuma, which is kind of cool, actually. First of all, what's great is it seems like they're going pretty deep into the Street Fighter lore. So I do like that. And Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, who we must all acknowledge, he's just a charismatic son of a gun. And some people might say like, oh yeah, but can he act? He's playing Akuma. I think he needs to snarl. Yeah, if you can snarl, I think that's going to be fine. So yeah, so far, the Street Fighter movie, it's actually looking a little bit promising. Stay tuned. And on the subject of Street Fighter, Overwatch are getting some Street Fighter skins as well. So really, I don't know if anyone who watches these videos plays Overwatch. Maybe if it was, what's the other big one? The one that, Fortnite, that's it. If it was Fortnite, maybe. Overwatch is a little more niche. But I kind of just wanted the excuse to show the cool looking animated trailer that they did for it. But hey, guys, if you are Overwatch players, then you're going to be getting some Street Fighter 6 skins to go with them. And hey, I like a bit of brand integration there. It's fun seeing something that doesn't normally belong in something else smooshed into it. So that's why I should do more YouTube crossovers too. And speaking of video games, there's a trailer up for a new one called Dead as Disco. First of all, love the name. And secondly, I love the look of this game, because this looks like my kind of beat 'em up. You guys familiar with Sifu? It was one of the most badass combat games of the last few years. Just full on. Oh man, if I was going to say if they gave it a Daredevil skin, modders have given it a Daredevil skin, and it's basically the greatest Daredevil game that never existed. And this looks like they're taking that kind of formula, but also incorporating a bit of a rhythm game kind of mechanic to it as well. Then with the bright neon lights, this looks like a lot of fun. I might sink some hours into this. Now, last week when I covered the top 10 comics of the week, that actually got a pretty good response. So you know what? I'm doing it again, guys. This is your top 10 comic countdown for this week of this month, whatever the heck we are. So, first of all, the little highlights from Bleeding Cool News here. Absolute Flash, number 3, leads the Bleeding Cool weekly bestseller list for May 24th, 2025. That's when we are. So, Superman Unlimited number 1 and Amazing Spider-Man number 4, which I just read and is a banger, they closely trail in sales, making up for a tight bestseller race. That's my noise for being tight. Marvel dominates with 6 of the top 10 spots, while DC holds 4, including DC vs. Sonic and World's Finest. And then finally, they go on to say rankings are based on real sales data from more than 100 comic book stores via Comic Hub's POS system. And that means point of sale. Okay, I know what my mind thinks when I read POS. I'm like, why so rude? So, here's the official countdown. At number 10, it's DC x Sonic the Hedgehog. Then at number 9, it's Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu. Cool to see Moon Knight in the top 10. Number 8, Batman, Superman, World's Finest, 39. Number 7, Incredible Hulk, 25. Number 6, Fantastic Four, 32. Number 5, Ultimates, number 12. Number 4, Spider-Man and Wolverine number 1. Oh, while I'm talking about Spider-Man and Wolverine number 1, they did some fun alternate covers, so I might as well talk about those now. I love me a good homage. So they've done a couple of character swaps. So they've homaged a Weapon X cover, but with Spider-Man in it, and they've homaged a Spider-Man cover from Kraven's Last Hunt with Wolverine in it. I dig that. So there you go. I'm sharing those images with you now, if I remember to edit them in. Then at number 3, we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 4. Number 2, Superman Unlimited number 1. And at number 1, it's Absolute Flash number 3. And that was your top 10 comics for May 24th, 2025. Now this is some great news. Say it with me. Welcome back, Frank. Marvel Comics are bringing Frank Castle back to the 616. And oh boy, it feels so good. So, we got the little write-up here. Frank Castle returns as the Punisher in a Red Band story. That's what they're calling it. The new series by Benjamin Percy and Julius Ota brings back the infamous Punisher skull logo. That's the big point of contention. Marvel's Red Band polybag format protects younger readers from the series' graphic violence. You had me at graphic violence. And finally, the Punisher's symbol's controversial real-world use is addressed, with Marvel reclaiming the character. That's the big brouhaha, is the symbol had been co-opted by, quite frankly, a lot of groups that you wouldn't want using the symbol. You know what? I'll just read what Bleeding Cool wrote. That's better than me trying to garble it out. The Punisher skull logo has been a bit of a problem for Marvel for years now, being used by the police, army, militia, white supremacist groups, QAnon events, and Hannity on Fox News. That alone would be the biggest problem. That dude. Even in England, I've seen clips of that guy. Without a suggestion that there may be some irony in their use of it. The character's co-creator, Jerry Conway, has spoken out about its use by such groups and has tried to reclaim it. Good on him. He started his own line of shirts designed by people of color to take the symbol back, with proceeds going to Black Lives Matter related charities. Marvel Comics has been fighting them in the courts when they've tried to trademark it. Okay, well, I understand that. To be fair, Marvel do own the trademark. I get that. Actors have criticized the use of the symbol. Police commissioners have also criticized their use, and comics creators have divided over its use. Marvel has even addressed this in the comics, with the Punisher threatening police who use his symbol, and of course, in the new Daredevil Born Again show as well. Then, the Punisher skull logo was spotted several times on backpacks that were taken into the Capitol building on January 6th. Again, not a good look. So Marvel pulled back on the Punisher further and changed his logo and changed the Punisher. Yeah, because in the comics, they had him become this, hand leader with a different logo, and then they shoved him off into an alternate universe where he was looking after children and protecting them from monsters. So they didn't do away with him. They just sidelined him. So now the Punisher's coming back, and you better believe, come September 10th, when that first issue is released, I'll be buying it on day one. I want to talk about something I've just discovered now. Have you guys heard of Zenoscope Comics? You probably have done, because you guys actually know things about stuff and keep your fingers on the pulse. For me, I've just discovered them, but they look like something I might enjoy, doing a whole bunch of different comics that are based on reinterpretations of old school stories, like The Wizard of Oz, like Robin Hood, or Alice in Wonderland. There's some cool looking stuff here. I'm sure they've been going for ages. We've got a little summary of some of these that are coming out this summer. There's Robin Hood's Infinite War 1, in which Robin is trapped battling her foes in a time loop. Then over in Oz, we've got Tablet of Destiny's one-shot, which sends Dorothy on a mission that may cost her the land of Oz itself. Then after that, there's Van Helsing, Ashes of the Past, which is a trade paperback. This gathers her greatest battles while facing new threats from history. And finally, there's Grim Fairy Tales, which nears its 100th issue, as Sky's team confronts Father Time and the Infinity Borealis. There you go, got that right. So, these all sound cool, and at least in the case of Grim Fairy Tales, have been running for nearly 100 issues now. So it's about time I find out about them. You know Dave, late to the party and always a buck short. But hey, we get there in the end. I think I might check some of these out. May 29th, Marvel Legends will be doing a new fan stream, pulse stream. You know what it's called. Pulse fan stream. Just read that off the screen. And they've already pretty much stated they're going to be revealing the Fantastic Four MCU figures, and I hope a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Because I don't buy all that many action figures, but when it comes to reveals of action figures, well, I'm a greedy little piggy. So I'm going to be covering that live on the day. I always find I get a little bit restless when I'm just watching the reveals. I need some more input. So I'm going to be doing a live stream during the reveals so we can all kind of like watch it together and chat about the things that get revealed. So stay tuned for that if you'd like to join me when we watch them. Could be a lot of fun. In the meantime, roll on the 29th. Hopefully, they have some really cool things to show us. Folks, it's time to take a quick pause for the cause and tell you all about this channel's sponsor, Legendsverse. And you know what Legendsverse is. It is your one-stop shop for all of your action figure collecting, cataloging, and correlating needs. Whether it's Marvel Legends, Mafex, McFarlane, Mythic Legions, Mezco, Figure Arts, MOTU, Transformers, and a whole bunch of other lines as well. G.I. Joe Classified, Star Wars Black Series. I could go on, but I'm going to run out of time. Instead, I'm just going to tell you to go check them out. And if you do, you can catalog everything that you own. You can see how much it's worth. You can make a list of your pre-orders, what you need, what you got coming in. You can check out the community contributions, so you can see the teams that people have built and assembled, so you can see who goes where and who you need to buy as well. So yeah, if any of that sounds even remotely appealing. Oh yeah, and they've got like a whole archive of about, 30 years worth of action figures. You can go back, because you don't know where you're going until you know where you came from. And that's what Legendsverse helps you with. So guys, go give them a follow, and when you do, tell them Model-Behaviour sent you. Tiger! Tiger! That's what you would hear if you were ever fighting me as Sagat, because I would just spam those moves all day long. It's not about fun, it's about winning. And Storm Collectibles know exactly how to win. That's a good little transition with their Storm Arena line. We've seen Ken and Ryu, but now Sagat. We had a preview picture, but now we got the full images, and I've only just bought the Jada Sagat, and now I'm thinking, yep, time to upgrade, because he just looks phenomenal. This is going to be released around about Q4 of this year. So you're not even going to have to wait very long. I can't see a price yet. There might be one that's out there, but I'm guessing this is probably going to be a bit more expensive, just like the Jada Sagat was more expensive. So I'm guessing probably $30, $35, maybe. Time will tell. In the meantime, though, he's got all the details you could ever want for the Sagat figure. Yeah, looks badass. Storm Arena, you are coming for my money, aren't you? Joke's on you. I don't have any. Hey gang, if you're enjoying this video, then if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, and even hitting subscribe if you haven't yet, and maybe actually hit that notification bell as well. Because a whole lot of people are telling me, hey Dave, a video's come out. I didn't even get a notification for it. And I'm like, oh, YouTube and your algorithm. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind giving a thumbs up and a subscribe and a notification, then that would help me out a lot. I'll give you a thumbs up right back. McFarlane Toys have a new Superman figure, which is going to be a Target exclusive, so we're getting the new 52 Superman. Just the one picture to go on, so I won't labor the point. He looks okay. Any other further information? Nah, not that I can see. It's going to be released online, and in store, so you can get it both ways. Don't have to jump in your car and go toy hunting. But yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of pictures revealed soon. We'll talk about him more then. But a McFarlane Superman figure that we do have more images of is their Ultraman. And you see, I always thought Ultraman was like an evil alternate universe Superman. But he's in this movie. So are they going to have an evil alternate universe Superman in this first movie? I don't know. Chances are he's a completely different character. And you DC fans watching are probably screaming at the monitor saying, Dave, you doofus, that's not who he is. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, sometimes the fun is in not knowing. I get to walk into that movie like a big dumb idiot going, I don't know what to expect. Wait a minute. You telling me that Superman is Clark Kent? That's not possible. Clark Kent wears glasses. Okay, it's not quite that bad, but you get what I'm saying. So, shown below are the official images for the new McFarlane Toys Superman the Movie Deluxe Theatrical Edition Ultraman. The figure, this is TNI News I'm quoting here, which as we reported earlier today is already starting to hit physical Target stores. So there you go, he's out there already. Go get the evil alternate universe version of Superman, or a completely different character, whichever description is accurate for this Ultraman. A little bit random, McFarlane are putting out a glow-in-the-dark Raiden. I always get it wrong. It is Raiden from Mortal Kombat 1. So they're not waiting to do these new line of Mortal Kombat figures. They're also doing some of these older ones as well, rejigging him in a nice, pretty glow-in-the-dark form. Going to be released in July, retailing for about $35, give or take. And there you go. If you don't want to wait to get some of the new like the new line of Mortal Kombat figures, you can go back and pick up a... No, actually, I say that. They haven't done any Mortal Kombat 1 figures yet. No, shut up, Dave. I think. They've only done, like, Mortal Kombat 11. 10 and 11, I think. So yeah, maybe this is like a brand new thingamajig. Or not. I'll check it out when I do the edit. Either way, it's a glow-in-the-dark figure. I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark. This is cool, even though I don't know the character. I like a badass femme fatale, what can I say? So Mattel Creations are doing Masters of the Universe Origins Despera. This is available for Club Grayskull members, so kind of like a Hasbro Pulse member, but, you know, Mattel. And of course, I guess Mattel Creations, yeah, that is the bespoke sort of buy-in type section for you real hardcore MOTU fans. So the new MOTU Origins Despera figure from Mattel is now available for purchase for Club Grayskull members and will be available for everyone else as of May 25th. So now. So yeah, if you want her, by the time you're watching this, you better stop watching it and go get her. Oh, now I'm a BRZRK figure. Whoa. That wasn't the best Keanu Reeves even. That's pretty much what I do every episode, isn't it? A terrible impression and then go, yeah, that was terrible. Yet you still keep clicking on the videos, don't you? You just can't help yourself. It's useful background noise. And Mafex are going to give you a beautiful background character to have on your shelf. This looks nice. I mean, who's done the other BRZRK figure? Was it McFarlane? I think it was maybe McFarlane who did the other BRZRK figure. I'll double check that. But this, from Mafex, you know it's going to be that little bit better. A little bit smaller, but sometimes that's a good thing. I love what I'm looking at here. I haven't read the BRZRK comics, but I think I really ought to. Because this, I wonder if it's going to be a bigger franchise. It feels like the fact that he looks exactly like Keanu Reeves, you know that they have a movie in mind. They're like, let's see if we can drum up some interest with the comic, then turn this into a movie. So if that happens, you might want to get on the ground floor with a badass BRZRK figure. Going to be released around about March next year and retailing for the average Mafex price of a little shy of $100. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Sticking with Mafex, we've got Chucky, and a terrifying looking Chucky as well. Looks kind of like, it says Ghost Baby Bride. So I know that there's so many different iterations of Chucky now, from Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, the reboot movies that aren't reboot movies. I do like what they did with that. They got the TV show as well. So whichever version this comes from, as I said, it's called Ghost Baby Bride. He's going to be released around about January of next year as well. So not quite as long to wait as BRZRK. And I think... I shouldn't have said this. I was going to say, I think this is the first Mafex Chucky. I'll double check that. He certainly looks impressive. Very, very cool. So much detail in that gnarly, mangled face. It's pretty wicked. Would I want it on my shelf? Hell no. I want pretty things on my shelf. That's terrifying. And in doing so, it's exactly probably what Mafex was going for. So I guess they can call it a win. Blockies are dominating Transformers right now. I just discovered a dedicated Transformers store in London at Battersea Power Station. Filmed a whole walkthrough for it. Look forward to that video soon. But they're now revealing their Devastator. So prepare for extermination. Looks like exactly as you would expect from Blockies. Chunky, kind of cartoony looking, odd proportions, but also fun proportions. They just, seeing all the Blockies together, yeah, it's not like classic Transformers in design, but it just sort of works. And this is going to really tie that whole collection together. And now, son, over in NECA, they're taking care of business. TCB. I'm sorry, that wasn't Elvis at all, was it? That was almost Stone Cold. And over at NECA, you dumb son of a bitch, they're taking over. They're taking care of business. TCB and DTA. Don't trust anybody. With this baseball cap, I'm really going for the whole redneck look, aren't I? So, NECA, they're doing Elvis Stitch, who actually looks adorable. And that's also my one karaoke song that I'll do is Suspicious Minds from his Vegas show, where you just go a little bit crazy with it. We can't go on together with suspicious minds. With suspicious minds. Anyway, I like this. It's a cool looking Stitch. Hot Toys are giving us a badass redo of their 1/6 scale Predator. I used to have this one. No, I didn't. I had the Predators version of the original Predator. This looks gorgeous though. I don't know how much it differs from the original. This isn't just a straight up re-release. It is literally listed as Predator 2.0. So I don't know if they've really done a whole overhaul or if they've just changed a few bits and pieces. If I can find out any more information, I'll put it down there for you. But he looks gorgeous. And while I'm talking about this, shout out to Swerve Strickland of AEW, who came out for his match at last night's pay-per-view in full-on Predator cosplay. Now, this shows how awesome Swerve Strickland is, because it would be real easy to come out dressed as a Predator and look like a doofus. But Swerve pulled it off. He looked freaking badass. So, shout out to Swerve Strickland and AEW for a really fun pay-per-view, and Hot Toys for giving people another chance to buy what might be the best Predator action figure out there. I mean, I'd be hard-pressed to name another one. Higher Toys going back to their 1/18th scale figures now, more Walking Dead content. I didn't realize just how many different Walking Dead shows there are now. Is Daryl Dixon in Paris? How did that happen? I don't know. I stopped watching a long time ago. But if you still watch, then you might just recognize the CMR soldier from The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Lived. I guess The Ones Who Died is not that exciting of a TV show. So 1/18th scale, as I said, going to be retailing for $26.99 and released around about Q2 of next year. So yeah, more zombie goodness from Higher Toys. Joy Toy is showing off a new faction in their Warhammer 40k collection. This is the Iron Warriors, who actually look pretty wicked. It looks like they're all rocking a 40k version of the Iron Man Mark 1 armor, at least from the movie. And yeah, I'm here for that. And now that I say Iron Man as a reference, nah, more like Brotherhood of Steel from Fallout. And don't get me wrong. Alright, I know, Warhammer 40k was around a long time before Fallout, but there's definitely a similar kind of look and vibe there. I dig it. I like it. This is the most medieval knight looking Warhammer? Yeah, we'll go with that. This is the most medieval knight looking Warhammer type design that I've seen before, and I kind of like it. And with the yellow and black like danger stripes as well, got a bit of an industrial kind of feel, bit of a Robocop-y kind of Kane sort of design. I like it. The more I look at it, the more I dig it. Joy Toy, you've done it again. SH Figure Arts are giving us more of that anime good stuff with a whole bunch of new releases and reveals. Let me do a little bit of sight reading here, because you know Dave don't know much about much. I should call this channel Dave Don't Know, but I think someone else already has that gimmick. So it says here, SH Figure Arts Giblet comes with both his base form and Super Saiyan God form. He also includes a wired cape as well, which you gotta love, because that is just that little extra sign of quality right there. And it says Dragon Ball Legends 7th anniversary campaign is now open. So there's a whole thing going on. Check out the event information from here, and it gives a little address. I'll put that in the description for you, because I'm nice like that. And Figure Arts are not stopping there either. We are also getting SH Figure Arts Charlotte. He looks like a lot of fun. Gonna be released, I'm so sorry about that, January 2026. Pre-orders now open. SH Figure Arts Charlotte includes interchangeable head and tail parts for both his normal and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form. No, that's not it. An amazing item for any Dragon Ball Z Legends fan, pose alone or together with any of your other SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball items. Well, duh. It's like Marvel Legends saying, this Wolverine's great, pose him on his own or with other X-Men. Okay. And then it goes on to hype the Dragon Ball Legends 7th anniversary campaign, which I don't know about, but once again, little link down in the description. Figure Arts are also pivoting away from their Dragon Ball Z characters and giving what I think has got to be a One Piece figure right here. Yes, I can see in the write-up now. So this is Usopp/Romance Dawn. Going to be released in December of this year. Pre-orders open June 2nd. What does it say? The sniper of the Straw Hat Pirates that you have all been waiting for is here to join the SH Figure Arts line. from the ever-popular anime series One Piece, blah blah blah. You can also display Usopp with his comical facial plates to recreate more uplifting displays alongside Monkey D. Luffy, blah blah blah. They do like to throw in extra words in their write-ups. You can see the pretty pictures, you know the information, judge it for yourself. He looks like a fun character. That's all I can say. And finally, for the SH Figuarts figures, we just have some preview images, so no further information, but just ones to get you excited about Monkey D. Luffy Future Island Egghead. That's on the Tamashii Nation's blog right now. So not officially up for pre-order or anything like that, but just some images to get you excited. And I can see how they might do. And also, interestingly, I can finally see that weird little dog thing with antlers that he comes with. I saw that little guy popping up all over the place in Japan. Plushies, t-shirts, you name it. Now I actually know where he's from. He's from One Piece. Well, there you go. Now Dave's learned something new. But yeah, if you're a One Piece fan, this will be up for pre-order pretty soon. And when it is, I'll tell you all about it. Oh, Fancy Realm. Giving us some fancy toys. This guy's the GOAT, but maybe not the greatest of all time, but certainly a nice looking anthropomorphic animal figure. If you're a Mythic Legions type person and you like your anthropomorphized bipedal beasties, that's a good bit of wordplay there, then this guy looks very impressive. Don't have much information on him. Do you want to hear the direct translation? This is Palm's Horn Cleft Rock, Maishan Millennia of Work. Even if there is jade and truth in heaven, you need to see the true face. Wow, I tell you what, that is going to be the title for this episode. Even if there is jade and truth in heaven, you need to see the true face. So it's 1/12 scale, probably going to be a big boy. When there's more information about him, I'll let you know. Oh wait, there was more information. It also goes on to say, Vatican 1/12 Seal of God series. Okay, so this is part of the Seal of God series, 7 Monsters of Mishan Yao Zhan. There you go. They should have put that at the start. Then I wouldn't have looked so stupid. One for you customizers now, Romankey, who have kind of made a name for themselves as the go-to company for blank bodies. They've just raised the stakes once again with this new series of, it's gonna have a proper name. I'll find it when I do the auto-translate, but big hulking badass dudes. That's what they should have called them. So they got 3 different versions for 3 different skin tones, and they come with novelty boxing gloves. But the real selling point is just the size of this body. And also, I have to say, looking at this body here, looking at the articulation of it, the mechanics of it, what they have it do, you realize just how much certain toy companies might be nickel and diming us a little bit with what they're giving us for our money. When Romankey here are showing off what kind of articulation can be made with a giant figure. I'm looking at these and I'm thinking like, man, could you imagine a Venom on this body? That would be, as the kids would say, sick. It would be sick, fellow young people. So yeah, Romankey, if you're a customizer, this is exactly what you're going to want to get your hands on. Revoltech are going to whet our whistle for what's to come over the next few months. We've got these little preview images here, so I won't linger too long. First of all, we're getting Evangelion, the main mech from Evangelion. Don't know the name. And then also, we're getting Big Boss, or Naked Snake, who then becomes Big Boss throughout the events of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, Delta. It's a lot of word salad there. And then finally, we're getting one that I don't recognize. This is Labyrinth Rice/Gown. It means something to someone. So these are going to be properly, revealed fully pretty soon. But in the meantime, just something to whet your appetite. Lego are doing a very cute little play set. This is Lord of the Rings Balrog Book Nook. £105. I just have an English website up in front of me, but it's going to be similar in US dollars. And yeah, it's a fold-outable Balrog Gandalf Book Nook type thing, and I do rather like it. Lego is so expensive. Oh my God, I gotta get my Lego out of the attic just because I feel like I'm wasting money by not having it out of storage, I paid so much for that. And if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you might be happy to pay a bit for this as well. It looks cute, and if you are a book person, I'm not, but if you are, then it's gonna look real nice on your bookshelf. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have been sat back watching these videos going, man, Dave put so much work into these videos. Thank you, by the way. I would love to buy him a gift, but I don't know what to buy. Well, don't worry. I've found something for you. How about a 1-to-1 scale T800 bust? That'll do it. That's a good way of saying thank you. I'll take it. Or you could just, give the video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that every bit as much. But Blitzway, oh my goodness. Of course, that little shtick there was a joke because this thing is ludicrously expensive. But I mean, if you've got the money, and God bless you if you have, then you might as well spend it on cool stuff. Don't invest it in wine that you're not allowed to drink or antique cars you're not allowed to drive. Buy something awesome. Buy a 1-to-1 scale, or should I just say full-size, life-size, Terminator endoskeleton bust. This thing looks absolutely nuts. It's the dog's danglies, mate. So cool. Yeah, sometimes it's just fun to gawk at stuff. This is one of those times. Today in Artist Alley, huge shout out to Alex Garner, whose art I literally just discovered this morning and fell in love with it. This is that bright, animated kind of style. It looks like I've just paused an awesome anime movie at just the right time to get this badass looking screenshot of a character. But it's not. It's just his art style, and it looks awesome. He's actually very prolific and pretty darn well known. Just somehow he escaped my algorithm. But not anymore. I've caught you in the model behavior fishing net of awesome. And I've thrown a few minnows back into the sea, but I'm keeping this one. And I'm going to mount him on my wall, because that's how good of an artist he is. I'm belaboring this point. Just go give him a follow. Today's cosplay cover artist is Zoe Wolf. Absolutely crushing it as always. I have featured her before, but I mean, hey, when the cosplays are this good, you can hardly blame me for featuring her again. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below and let me know. And if you'd like to support the channel and keep Dave alive, then you can do by getting yourself a Model Behavior channel membership. By getting one of those, you get to take part in all of the Model Behavior channel member live streams that I do. And those are always a great time. A chance for the community to get together. We hang, we chat, we chill, we talk about just about everything under the sun. Recently covering a variety of topics, which have been quite ludicrous, but always very entertaining. So thank you so much, everyone who's a part of that. And guys, you can be too by becoming a channel member. And if you don't want to do that, that's okay. But if you want to give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate that too. Whatever you do, gang, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Coming at you like Cleopatra with another how we can build our dreams on suspicious minds. So if an old friend I know stops by to say hello,